Honestly, Waller was running so fast that he left his guy in the window for Renfro, and I couldn't throw it. The dude was there, so I went to Waller, and by the time I was going through my progression, I tried to scramble. They did a stunt, tried to spin out of it, and then it was too late. But that's just what happened.
What's it like to take your first loss of the year after 3 really good, dramatic, exciting wins?
Yeah, I mean, it's better now than later. I think if anything, this hopefully wakes us up a little bit. I think we needed to start a lot faster. If I'm honest, we started the season great, but we don't start games nearly good enough yet, and I think that's something that we need to be better at. But you never want to lose, but it's hard to win in this league. But we'll see them again.
The discussion has been a little bit about the slow starts, but at the end of the games, you said as long as you win, it doesn't matter how it happens. But was there a feeling in those games that you were kind of playing with fire, and that kind of led to a game like this?
I don't know. Each game is different. It's different schemes, different plays, different outcomes. For me, this whole time I thought we were going to win the game. There was some stuff that we hadn't even got to yet. In the first half, where I'm like, man, I can't wait for that play or that play, that play. There was some stuff I could. It's just how the flow of the game was. It's just weird, just different. But you gotta give them credit, man. They did. Their defense coaches, their players played extremely hard. They did a great job. And I don't want to make it all about us, but that's football. You always make it all about you. It's, man, what can we do better? So we'll take a look at that. But playing with fire and all that, like, I'm not in a bad way. Like, I can't help you write that in my head because it's just different every game. You know what I mean? It's just different. But we haven't started out fast in every game, so it's something we definitely need to look at.
What's the biggest obstacle you guys think you need to overcome if you want to keep winning games and make it through the whole season?
Yeah. You got to be consistent. Going to a hostile place, I thought we went into Pittsburgh, and I felt like we were more ready to play at the beginning of the game against Pittsburgh. Came here, wasn't really a hostile place. It was more of a home game, like we thought it would be. And I think for us to just keep going forward, we just need to be consistent. We need to come out. We can't have, any big eyes or anything like that, man. We just play football. And we got some moving parts that, we're trying to help everyone as a unit go forward. And the expectation never changes. The expectation is to win every game. And we didn't do that today. And it's all my fault.
Derek, as the captain, is there anything you can put your finger on as to why there is a slow start, or is that something you're just going to have to dig and work on?
Yeah, there's some things that just respectfully, privately, I'll share, But, yeah, absolutely, there is. And I'll do that privately. It's nothing I need to do at a microphone. That's not my style. But yeah.
How did the weather delay impact you guys as a team?
It was just a different start. Like mentally, I thought we were ready to go coming out. But I can't speak for everybody. Like for me, it was just, I do the same thing regardless, 10 minutes before we go out and then when we hit the field. So like I try and be, in my 8 years, I've gained a process of things of how I do things every week. And for me, it didn't really change anything except when we came out, they're just like, you got to go back in. I haven't had, I think, a weather delay since my rookie year in the preseason. That was different, especially with a roof.
How much pressure did you feel under from their defensive front?
Same as every game. It's the NFL. The pass rushes are different than college. But I think they had a few sacks. They had some good plays, just like some other teams have had some good plays, a few sacks. But I think that once we settled down a little bit and just communicated, I thought we were able to move the ball, and that stuff has a way of working itself out.
Derek, when you guys are kind of struggling to run the ball, does that put more pressure on the offensive line when it comes to pass protection, just because the defense is kind of teeing off a little bit more?
Absolutely, it's hard. If you ever go to a training camp and watch one-on-one pass rush, that's a tough drill for an offensive lineman. That's not easy when the best athletes in the world know it's a pass. It makes it hard. But I thought that we had spurts where we ran it well, and it helped our O-line, some play action stuff and things like that. But we have ways of helping those guys out. We have ways of doing some things and making it a little bit easier on them. But you never want to just take away from what they did. I don't want to take away from what they did, but that their D-line did a great job, and we got to be better this week because we got the Bears coming to town. They're pretty good up front too.
There's the agony defeat. How about the joy of victory? Justin Herbert also at the podium.
Browns team next week, and it's all about them. And so we're going to enjoy this one for a little bit, but show up to work tomorrow and get watching the film.
Justin, what does it mean that your coach trusts you all in those fourth down situations, stuff like that? Do you feel like he's trying to instill an aggressive nature in you guys?
It's awesome that he believes in us because everyone in the huddle believes in each other too. And whenever we get into one of those situations, we know that we've got the right play. We know that we've got the right guys. We just have to go out there and execute. And Jared made some big plays on those fourth downs. And without him, maybe we don't make those plays. But it was huge to see from him.
Justin, just going back to the running game, just how much pressure does it take off of you to finally get that going? And obviously we talked about how if you guys felt like it was close, just how much pressure does that take off of you when you can run the ball the way you guys did tonight?
Yeah, we really believe in those guys up front. O'Day, Corey, Matt, Rashawn, and Storm, they did a great job today. And, whenever you got a guy like Eck in the backfield, Larry Roundtree and Justin Jackson, you got to find ways to get them the ball. And I thought Eck did a great job catching passes too, and so did JJ. And those guys just change our offense, so it's great to see from them.
The way your defense played tonight, especially in the first half, 3 and out, do you feed off that?
I think it's huge, because football is a 3-phase game. And as well as they were playing, our offense, we need to take advantage of great field position, those 3 and outs. And, I thought they did an incredible job holding an incredible offense to few amounts of yards in the first half. And defense played great and got us the ball back. So it's up to us to go down and score now.
And I know it's early, Justin, but you're 2-0 in the division. You're tied on top of the division of a very good division. What do you like about this team?
I love that we take it week by week. I really believe in the guys in this locker room, but it's all about each week of preparation. You never look too far ahead, and you never look back. You can't let Dallas beat you again, and you can't let the Chiefs win. You can't let that hold you back. So it's all about this next week of preparation, and I know guys in that locker room attack every week like it's nothing. So it's awesome.
Justin, do you feel like this game meant more because last year you guys blew multiple big-time leads? Today it felt like the momentum was shifting, but then you guys were able to keep calm and score that game-winning or game-saving touchdown. Do you feel like times have kind of changed for you guys? Yeah,
that's one of those games that we might not have won last year, but it's great to see from the defense going out there and holding them down, and the offense going down and scoring. And it's great when you can leave the game at a two-score possession. So I thought it was big for us to go down and score, and defense played well all night. So huge props to them.
Your tight end said. At what point did you know you were going to get that matchup on 4th and 2 in midfield?
That's just one of those tempo plays that we kind of go unbalanced and trying to just get up on the ball quickly and see what the defense is in. And thankfully, we got the look that we wanted to, and Jared ran a great route, got upfield, and converted the 4th down.
In that situation where you have such a mismatch in size, in terms of ball placement, where are you trying to put it on that? Is it more just a float, sort of a jump ball, or are you trying a specific placement with it?
Yes, just so he can turn it up and go. And I think the 4th and 2 one that you're talking about on the flat, just give him a ball that he can catch, turn up, and get 2 yards. And it doesn't have to be a pretty ball by any means, but something that he can catch and something he can turn up and run with.
Because it's a big moment in the game there, where obviously they've scored back-to-back touchdowns, one-score game. You don't get it. They're in midfield. You like those moments?
Yeah, I believe in those guys. Yeah, especially, and Coach Say believes in us, and I believe in this offense. And when you got guys like Mike Williams, Keenan, Jared Cook, they're going to make plays, and you have to find ways to get them the ball. And I thought we did a great job of that tonight.
Justin, you guys have scored.
I'd tell you that we're a quarter of the way through the season, but we're not anymore. We're a quarter minus the game. But here's what the first 4 games looked like for Justin Herbert through his first 2. 337 through the air, but it didn't necessarily equal wins. 1-1 in those first 2. Last 2 games, wins over the Chiefs and a win here on Monday night over the Raiders.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.